Hi, hello everybody. I know it's been a while since my last pick a card or quickie reading online. Yeah, I have an announcement to make. Please don't unsubscribe. This channel is not dead. It's just napping a bit. It's just I have too many things going on right now. Well, I am a Gemini rising, so I do have that Gemini energy. And Gemini always needs to do more than one thing, and I do have Uranus in the sixth house, which means I'm very bad at routine. I always need to spy things up, and yeah, Moon in Aquarius as well, and as MC in Aquarius, MC is about how, yeah, you do your job basically. And strong Aquarius energy does not like any form of routine, and they like diversity. But I think I exaggerated it a bit too much because I will be doing more pick cards in the future. Yes, definitely. It's just for right now. I don't have the time to do that much. I need to prioritize a little because I do have my university stuff going on. I have a project where we're writing a novel together, group of students and one professor, and I still have to write a couple of chapters, my chapters, and then I have like 3 or 4 more term papers I have to write. I was considering stop going to the university, but I decided I am still doing it for now. And so I may be doing my master degree this year in literature, and then I'm also, besides that, doing my bachelor degree. Not my bachelor degree, but not my term bachelor paper, not this year. But I am doing a bachelor in film media and theater science as well, or studies, film studies. So it's a lot to do. Then I do have a job where I go to my friend's office once a week in order to help her with office stuff. Then I have another job I do at home, plus of course my readings. I have been a spiritual coach for like 16 years now, and I do still do readings and coachings every day, of course. So that is my main job. And then I have this project where I wanted to lose yeah, actually like 30 pounds till my birthday. I don't think I'm gonna make that. 15 to 20 would be fine. It's in summer. So I am walking my steps. I am walking my steps every day. And yeah, I'm trying to do 12,500 steps every day, which is basically 2 hours of walking. I want to go to the gym 3 times a week. I have neglected that. So yeah, my health, my body is one of my projects. Then of course this channel as well, but right now it's just been too much, too overwhelming. I do have those university things going on, and I have postponing them and procrastinating them, and it's been at the back of my mind stressing me. I wanted to do readings daily, and it's been stressing me. So right now I decided I can't do everything at the same time. I will be doing readings for now, just not regularly, until I am done with my study stuff. Those term papers that I still have to do for right now. Then, of course, I do have my own twin flame journey ascension process, which can be exhausting, lots of napping and things going on. It's nothing like Dark Night of the Soul stuff. I have been through that for several years now with my pre-twin, actually. But you all know it's still exhausting, right? And so there's just too many things for me right now, too many projects. And then, of course, I did found my own publishing agency. I have written a novel. I wanted to publish it myself, and I have been neglecting that at all. I have not published my novel, not anything at all so far. That is another project, but again, right now, university. I just made university my priority on my twin flame journey and my weight loss journey as well. And as soon as I do have a little more space, I am going to do more pick a cards. I am available for private readings, of course, though. And yeah, what else? I know there was something else I wanted to tell you. It's just been a lot lately, you know. It's just been a little too much, and I'm not having a best day today. It's not a good day today for me. It's just like outside stuff, you know, worldly problems, you could say. And yeah, that's been going on for like a year, and every time I thought, okay, now it's resolved, that problem is just like fires right up again. And today I am kind of having a bad day. I am missing my twin a lot today. Again, it's not like a dark night of the soul. It's just when you've got problem stuff going on, and you know, sometimes you just have those days that you feel like you need a hug, and there's just a person that you really want that hug from, right? And yeah, so I do miss him today. This is why I decided to go for this reading for this topic. Will he or she reach out soon? This is probably not for myself. I don't do readings for myself. It just happened twice that I did pick a cards, and all of a sudden I felt like one message was for me. Especially like I did the prediction for 2020, 2 videos. And yeah, if you've watched that, one of those pies made me cry because it resonated so much with me. So yeah, so please forgive me. I will be doing more readings, and I also decided that I will in the future still do pick a cards because I love those. They're great fun for me, a lot of fun. But what my clients liked most, and yeah, my sessions, and again, I have been doing this line of work. I think I started when I was 23 doing card readings, tarot card readings professionally. I started doing card readings for friends and myself when I was 19. I will be turning 38 this year, so it's been a while. And I've had more than 10,000 consultations, way more than 10,000 so far. And when you do that job for that long, you just see patterns, and that is what I actually specialized on in my consultations, in finding problems and why am I not in this relationship yet? What is holding me back? What past trauma needs to heal? What is the issue underneath? You know, there is mirroring. What is the other person showing me? What is the lesson behind it? That is basically what I specialized on. And also with these cards, careful continuity. When I started with these like 10 years ago, I found out that with those I can look into past lives, so I'm doing karma readings as well, and that is basically what it just happened organically, you know. When you talk to that many people, you just find patterns after a while, and so that just developed into coaching. So I decided that I will be recording some coaching videos as well in the future. If I have made further progress with my twin flame and his permission, I might do an astrology reading about comparing our horoscopes, because in numerology there's so much stuff in there. I think you can find out if a person is a twin flame in astrology, actually. I know many people say no, but I have found patterns as well. And also I was planning on making a video about the karmics, I don't like that term, so I will make a video on that, on mirroring. I've got so many things planned. I've got a video planned on how you can resolve past trauma using your divine counterpart. Actually, it's a technique that worked for myself quite well. And yeah, a lot of stuff is planned in the future. Sorry if I sound tired. As I said, I'm just not having the best day today, but it's just yeah, a worldly problem right now. It's just not been a good day. Hence, I miss him today more than, yeah, I just miss him. But yeah, there will be a lot of coaching videos in the future. I've made a list and I need to write more stuff down. I have many things I want to talk about in order to help you progress with your own journey, whether it be a twin flame or soulmates or other divine counterparts. Also, I wanted to talk about twin flames because in Germany we do have three different words describing what you call one word, twin flame, and that's why many English-speaking people always say, "Oh, the labels suck." Of course, it's just a word. It doesn't labels doesn't matter. It's just the energy in order to understand it. But there's so many different information out there because some people say twin flames are this, others say twin flames are something else. And in Germany, we do have different labels describing different energies, and you call those all twin flames, and of course they can be confusing. So I wanted to do a video on clarifying that. I'm going to prepare those piles. I am going to use those for the reading, and I'll just draw some cards here. I will put those aside. I might use those for clarification, but here I'm going to draw some. Yeah, I wanted to talk about something else as well, about following signs and being on the right path. I hope I am. I don't know for sure. But I thought I was not going to see my twin flame before this summer, actually. Because, it's typical for twin flames that they live on different continents or far apart. Then we do have those things like huge age gap, 19 years to be precise. Big age gap. Different continents. Different worlds, basically. And yeah, all those problems, his world is kind of scary to me. I never ever anticipated Secret Destiny just wanted to show itself. I never anticipated or wanted to step into his world, but that was before I met him, of course. And this is also why I thought about quitting university, because I know that as soon as he comes, then he can not come into my world. He can basically only pick me up and I would have to step into his world. It's just not possible the other way around. And then there will be many great changes in my life that I'm absolutely willing to do, even though his world is scary to me. I mean, he got used to it and he's the other half of my soul, so I can get used to it too, right? But I was going to say, yeah, I thought I would not see him before this year, summer 2020. Last time I saw him was spring 2019. Last year was the last time I saw him. And if you do raise your frequency, a meeting can only basically be one timeline jump away. That's what somebody told me. And what I did in January was I stopped waiting for him. Basically in January I decided I would completely focus on myself, focus on my weight loss. Actually, I wanted to lose like 15 kilos till I see him again in summer. I have already lost, like when you go on the twin flame journey, when you meet your twin and you have that first recognition, it can change your life. And I have lost like 20 kilos since our first encounter, which was in 2018, summer 2018. Before that, I have been on a pre-twin journey since 2009. And so I dropped like 20 kilos, which would be like 45 pounds. There's still a little more I want to lose. A little for him, yeah, but basically for myself, because I want to feel more comfortable in my own skin. Also, I think I deserve to live in a healthy body. That's basically, I deserve to live in a body that I feel comfortable in. And it doesn't matter too much about what other people think. It's about feeling comfortable myself, feeling fit and healthy. So I need a healthy body in order to go on my mission, right? Because there is going to be a lot of traveling involved if I am with him. So I need to be healthy and fit, and of course I want to look good for him as well. So yeah, yeah, I was thinking about quitting university, and in January I decided no, I am going to do my master's right now. I am going to do my weight loss. I am just doing myself right now. So I stopped waiting. And then in February, what happened is that I saw on Facebook that he would be attending some kind of event in my home country. Usually we live on different continents, like 11 hours per plane away apart. And so now I knew that he would be in Berlin, which is like a 4.5 hour train ride away from me. And so I knew that all of a sudden, I didn't think I would see him before summer. And all of a sudden, I knew that there was this opportunity to see him again. And I didn't know if I was supposed to go to Berlin where he was. And I was really thinking, I just learned about it, that he would be in Berlin maybe a little more than a week, 8 or 9 days before that event, that appointment he had, that I learned on Facebook. So I was asking Spirit I was asking Spirit, should I go or not? And I told them to show me a very specific sign. Should I go there? And Spirit showed me a sign, and it's hilarious. I wanted a very specific sign, and like 2 days, I work at home. 2 days after I asked, I left the house for the first time to go grocery shopping, and I went a different route that day. And all of a sudden, I heard people talking while I was passing them by. Two men were talking about, well, I have to go, in order to see that person, I'll have to go down there for, even if it's just like 2 or 3 days. And technically Berlin is north of from where I live, but I noticed people talking about in order to see somebody they would have to go there. So that was like the first message Spirit sent me. I saw all the angel numbers, 111, 222, triple, and also like 4 digits, all the numbers from 1 to 9 multiple times. And then I saw this, and I don't know much about cars, but I took a picture of it. It's this car, and maybe you can read it, Berlin Go. So it says, Berlin Go. Go to Berlin. And I was on a street, and then there was a pathway, and on the other side there was a house, and there was this statue of a bear. And it's quite a big one. It probably would go all the way to my chest. And bears are a symbol for Berlin. They have bears on their flag. So while I was grocery shopping, I mean, that's a clear sign. I wanted to ask Spirit, should I go to Berlin? Berlin, go, bear. And then after grocery shopping, when I went home, Spirit really, really, really wanted to make sure that I got the message, because then I saw another car that I had never seen before in my area. I was standing in front of my area where I live. And you say, it says twin go. Twin go, go to your twin. So I got the message. I went to Berlin, and I actually did encounter my twin just briefly. It was a big event, lots of people there, and he was very, very busy. But we had these couple of seconds, and yeah, I awakened to that connection in 2018. Then I saw him once more in 2019. And I don't know if he recognized me the second time, to be honest. I thought he did, but in January was like, maybe he didn't. I just have to wait till I see him again, and then we have to click again. Because the second time I saw him, he was having a Tao moment. I was looking into his eyes, and I saw all that pain and felt like running against a wall. And I could see that he was a very, very dark place. So he probably did not have his head free. But so I saw him in Berlin like 2 weeks ago. And it was like the first time. he got really close to me. He saw me. He got really, really close. We were standing away just inches from each other, looking into each other's eyes. And I gave him a message. I had written him a letter. And yeah, I can only hope that he is going to respond this time. But I have a good feeling because, again, I got a very clear sign. Even if he doesn't respond, I still think it was very important for me to go. It will be good for something. And I'm just very happy that I got to see him. Very happy. It was a very precious moment for me. It was like we were just looking to each other and all the noise stopped. It was like being in a bubble, and yeah. And he just smiled and beamed at me, and it's just like, it felt like clicking again. So there's going to be 4 piles today. I'm just rambling, I'm sorry. But I was going to say with that is, I forgot to tell the main message, right? If you are on a journey like this, and this pick a card is about, will your person reach out to you? Because again, this is what I am wondering myself right now. This is what I'm hoping for. And yeah, so if you do get signs, it doesn't have to be like this, whatever your signs are, you know, like I do see his initials all the time. Every time I leave the house, I see cars that have TF, like twin flame, on it. Today I saw 2 or 3. Sometimes I see 5, 6, 7 cars that say twin flame, TF on it. It's just like, always follow the signs. I get 2 of these for each pile. I'm sorry if my energy doesn't feel too good today. I'm not at a very bad place. It's just not the best day. Should I use these right now? I'm going to use those later. So we got 4 piles. So I heard from many people that unions are going to be close, and so I do hope your person is reaching out. I do hope my person is going to reach out as well. And I just hope that I do have 4 wonderful piles here. So, okay, let's see, what stones are we going to use? I've got this little sun here. Can you tell it's a sun for pile number 1? Feel drawn to this one. I don't know what it's called. It's like pinkish for number 2. I got the green one. I love this pattern. And this one, the purple one, just called out to me. Number 4. So okay, please pick your pile now. I'm going to focus it. Yes, you got 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, I'm going to put those aside for a second. I'm so sorry, I just kicked the camera. And we're going to start with your reading. I'm going to start with the question, where are you at in your journey right now? Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine. And I may be using these cards as well, but we'll just start with these. Okay. Okay, let's see, where are you at? Oh, you've got one of my favorite cards in the center. It's the Universe. And he's got the Ace of Cups. Okay, just a second. I am going to say she and he, but I am referring to divine masculine, divine feminine. Can of course be same sex, okay? And of course it can also be that the female is the divine masculine and the male is the divine feminine. I'm not going to discriminate anybody, you know, it's just reading energies. Okay, and so energies are masculine and feminine, okay? I basically like what I'm seeing. There is some things going on, yes, mainly on the masculine side, feminine as well. Feminine, I think that you may have a little issue when it comes to patience. I know this what really sucks. Nobody likes to hear be more patient, but the problem is if you are being impatient, you're sending energy to the other person like you're too slow, you're not good enough, where are you, And this person, the masculine, has to clear their own energy, right? They have stuff that they need to clear. And if you send energy on top like you're not good enough because you're too slow, then that is just adding up and that person has more energy to clear, meaning the more impatient you are, the longer it actually takes. Also, it is usually one of the big tasks for the feminine to learn patience. And how do you learn patience? For me, it's basically earth yourself, earthing. Because when you earth yourself regularly, you're strengthening your root chakra. And the root chakra is the chakra where your, how do you say, your trust, your faith is in. You know, it's about helping you to let go, and letting go for me does not mean trying to forget your person. It just means let go of control. Also, divine feminine, you do have the hermit card that I do love absolutely, because the hermit to me means that even if you do want your person to come in right now, the hermit to me says that there is something going on inside of you as well. And it's a card that tells me that I have ascension in mind. And by the way, this is a very spiritual connection. I do have several significators, is that the right word? Several cards that tell me that. First of all, the universe. For me personally, I'm an intuitive reader, okay? I don't always go by the book. For me, the universe means to be destined. I cannot say you're destined for the rest of your life, because you know there's different timelines. You do have to do your job, your tasks, and also when you're in a relationship, you have to treat each other well, of course. You know, if you disrespect one another, then even a relationship that was destined to happen can break. So, but this card to me says that it is not coincidence that you met. There is some kind of purpose. Also, down here we do have the Hierophant. And this card, I don't know how to say it in English, but I always call it the karma releasing card when I talk to my clients. So, two more cards that to me happen when we do have a high-level soulmate, because to me the Hierophant means protection, divine protection. So this connection is protected by spirit, but also this card for me means divinely guided, but also when it comes to the right timing. But divine guidance to me also means that you are guided to your task, to whatever you have to learn, whatever that person is mirroring you. And this card to me indicates that there is still stuff that needs to be healed, that there's still stuff going on. We do have this card at first, though, in the future. And you can see it's a castle from above, and everything that's in those walls is safe and secure, which can indicate either you are not really out of contact, you know, not like a long separation. You are going to have contact if you still do. If you are not in contact right now, this tells me that your separation is going to last a little longer. We're going to check for those cards right now, because what this tells me basically is that in the next, let's say about half a year, your process is not finished yet. You are far along. And also when I do give times, always remember, I do not believe in times that are set in stone. I believe in energies. And when you raise your energies, if you learn to be more patient, then you're sending your person clearer energy, and then it can come faster. But if your soul wants to learn patience, your soul, your higher self and spirit is making sure that your person is not coming in until you've mastered this lesson, okay? So what I always tell my clients is that we're always waiting for the masculine to come in, of course, but the length and how long this process takes, in my opinion, is more in the hand of the feminine than the masculine. Why? Because when we meet each other, we connect, right? And we share the feminine and masculine energy. You have like 100% together. And the feminine usually goes into the distorted feminine energy. And distorted feminine energy for me means basically like being impatient, all that pain coming up, sometimes anger, all the hurts, not trusting this connection, having anxiety and fear of loss and all of that, you know. And just to make it clear, once the feminine steps into this kind of energy, let's say she takes like 70% of the female energy for herself, the feminine energy, the emotional energy, because she's in this distorted emotional energy, then only 30% emotional energy are left for the masculine, and he has to balance it. So he has to take 70% of the masculine energy, which is oppressing feelings, pushing her away, distancing himself. And the person who's oppressing their stuff they have to heal is not going to be the one who's like, oh, I was oppressing stuff, I'm going to look at it. No, it's the feminine who's in pain, who is realizing something has to change. I don't feel good at all. So she's working on herself, and hence she's more and more going into the center, and he has to balance it. Meaning, once she is more in the center of balanced feminine and masculine energy, he has to balance it himself, and then his oppressed stuff comes up because he is accepting his emotions that he was pushing away at first. So once he's accepting all these emotions that he was oppressing, he's noticing, oh damn, I'm not feeling that well, and then he has to deal with it. And the better the feminine is holding the middle, the longer he has to be in that energy where he is basically dealing with his stuff. As soon as she steps out and goes back into impatient energy, he is going back into withdrawing, okay? Meaning, feminine, stay in your power, and he will have to work his ass off in order to get to you, okay? He will have to deal with everything he oppressed in the past. And as soon as you step out of the center, he's stepping out of the center and he withdraws, okay? It also means, so if you are in the center and everything he oppressed comes up, he may not be standing in front of your door the next day because he has to deal with his stuff first. But by taking care of yourself, you're forcing him to deal with his stuff. Because as soon as he's trying to oppress it again, you will be pushed out of the center, because then you have to balance it, and you'll notice, oh, I'm impatient again, I'm not centered again. And it's okay. Don't try to oppress those negative feelings, okay? It's do your shadow work. Ask yourself, what is coming up? Why am I impatient? Okay, I'm not grounded enough. Okay, I need to strengthen my root chakras. Especially if you are true twin flames, you share one chakra system, okay? If you are balancing your chakras, you're balancing his chakras or her chakras as well, okay? If you are not twin flames, but still a very high level soulmate relationship, it kind of still applies, okay? Because if you center yourself, you get pulled into the middle, and he is mirroring you, or she is mirroring you, okay? As soon as there's mirroring, then that person either has to do their stuff, or, and this does not happen with twin flames, okay? It can happen with soulmates. If one person is doing their stuff and the other one does not, then what happens is that the spirit, the soul that is more advanced, will say, okay, I'm ready for my big reward now. If you're not ready, then I'm going to fall out of love and draw in another soulmate that is matching my new energy. Meaning, feminine, if you do your stuff, your work, then you will be happy. You will draw in your perfect match, okay? I don't know why I said all of that, because you are pretty far along. I was not trying to scare you. It's just telling me you're not done yet, because those cards talk to me about still resolving stuff. Those are not necessarily painful cards, though. It's not a tower moment. It just you know, old childhood wounds. It doesn't even have to go that far. It's just, this could like be learning how to set your boundaries. And feminine, this is one of the things I do have for you, because you do have the Queen of Wands on your side. And if the Queen of Wands is on your side, for me personally, again, I am an intuitive reader, and I gave my queens several meanings, okay? So it does have a different meaning when it's with her than it has over here. If the Queen of Wands, for me, is this strong woman. She has this, is it a cheetah? It's a pretty big cat. And so to me, this means stay in your power and set boundaries, not only towards your masculine, but also towards friends. Learn to say no if you want to say no. Setting boundaries can also mean if your body tells you take a damn nap right now, that you go and take a nap if you have the time. If not, you try to find the time to take more breaks for yourself, okay? It means take good care of yourself, because your masculine is your mirror. And if you do not take good care of yourself, how do you want to attract a man that's taking good care of you, treating you well? If you don't treat yourself well, he cannot mirror treating you well if you don't treat yourself well, okay? But I was saying, feminine, you are pretty far along. We do have the Two of Swords here in this deck. It's a different meaning than in the Rider Waite, because you probably don't know German, but this word, it means peace. Okay, so this card is talking about harmony. Yeah, a little imbalance, because you do have the Queen of Swords as well, and if the Queen of Swords is on the side of the feminine, to me personally, this means sometimes overthinking, yeah, anxiety, overthinking too much, and sometimes being too cold. So try to get more into this peaceful state, right? Self-love can be an issue. We do have the Two of Cups with you, and that means that probably you are learning self-love. We do have this card right on top of it, taking care of yourself, which tells me that you probably already started doing it. You still have to master it a little, but you're already doing it. So Divine Feminine, you are basically on a good path. I just have like tiny lessons for you right now. Do not overthink, take care of yourself, and be more patient. Him, look, it's beautiful. We do have the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles in his heart space for you. We have two aces. Aces means new beginning, and I love the combination of water and earth. I just love it, because to me water is emotions and earth is grounding it. It does not help if a guy is full of water but there's no earth grounding it, because this to me means how do you pronounce it, longevity, like something that is lasting. It's not just a crush, it's something solid, okay? He has the king, or in this deck is called the Knight of Swords, but it's actually the King of Swords. You have the queen, he's got a king. And this also to me means that he is a bit withdrawn, because the sword cards are, for me, they're not the emotional cards, they're unemotional cards. They're the ones that are more like distant. And this is what I was saying earlier. He does have those true feelings, but if she's in the impatient energy, he's in the withdrawing energy. What I see with him right now as well, he thinks of her very loving. It's the Nine of Cups, and this card is called Joy. And the Nine of Cups is the card of wish fulfillments. So he's thinking about that. This card to me is the Prince of Wands. Yeah, it does talk to me about sexual tension. So he does feel sexually drawn to her. But with all that fire energy, to me, this card can also indicate stress. Not like the Nine of Swords, for example, where you're like mentally stressed and freaking out. But more like stress, 3D stuff, work, whatever. Having a lot to do. This card, however, it's not too bad. It's the Five of Pentacles. In this deck, oh, what's the English word for it? Torture? Yeah, I think torture. Or feeling tortured. And this card to me means basically he's feeling overwhelmed. He has all those emotions. They're here. They're right there. Yeah. But right now he's feeling a bit overwhelmed with them. And this is what I was saying earlier. Feminine, if you send him energy like you're I'm mad at you because you're not here, and you need to do this and that and that and that, then this can indicate that right now he has his own emotions. He has strong emotions. 9 of Cups and Ace of Cups, right? He has strong emotions, but right now he's feeling a bit too overwhelmed with them, and hence he's trying to, yeah, be in the more like masculine energy, like the distorted masculine, oppressing his feelings because they do overpower him. But as I was explaining before, Divine Feminine, as soon as you get more in the middle and you are on your way, and I didn't mention this card, I love it, the Eight of Pentacles. Here you see it's a tree, right? And what you can't see, but it indicates for me, a tree has roots as well, meaning you are processing, there's progress. But because of the tree, for me, it's rooted progress. It's not slow, but it is firm. So I love this card. Yeah, what else do I have to say to this? If you are in contact right now, I don't see it breaking up. If you are not in contact right now, I think it may take a little while, even though he may come forward. But if he does come forward, I don't see it as a stable, regular thing yet, okay? Not yet. But do not worry, Divine Feminine, because again, this is shows me that it is strong love. You have the Two of Cups, he has the Ace of Cups. You do have the Universe, to me means divinely guided. You have the Hierophant, to me also means divinely guided. This means fated. And this card is, as I said, the karma clearing card, is to me another indication of a at least soulmate, because that happens when we meet high level soulmates, right? They trigger us and there's growth, and I do see growth on both sides basically, right? So let's see what we've got here. Actually, there's one more deck. Give me a second. I felt guided to take this one, but I forgot to take it earlier. But I feel I have to. So we're going to take one of these cards. Okay, Spirit, just give me one. Okay, nice. Okay, there was actually two coming out, but they're okay. We do have inner peace, and I love that, because Divine Feminine, this reminds me of this card, which is called Peace. So I was already talking about this, right? And for you, you are enough. I love it. I am enough, it says again. Okay, I get several messages, sorry. So, Divine Feminine, it is important that you manifest it inner peace, that you step into it and hold it, because right now we do have the distorted masculine as well, and this is what I get with this card. But do not worry, because as soon as you have mastered this, then you are going to get that offer. And I just noticed that white rose, don't they meet peace? I don't know. And I noticed the planets here, and to me this also means divinely guided, which reminds me of the Hierophant. Okay, so yeah, we do have him a little stressed and overwhelmed right now, yes, but again, you are stepping into peace, and since you are connected, there's always energy flowing in your how do you say, like your band, your connection. You are going to help him, and then he will come forward. It may happen, Divine Feminine, that there's a little more stuff coming up for you, but again, do not worry, because it is meant to happen. You are actually very protected, but we will see what we have here. Oh, look. You are enough, and love that you are different. I get that maybe some of you also have problems with not feeling, I don't know, pretty enough, or comparing yourself to his exes or whatever, and feeling that maybe you're not good enough for him, but he loves you. He has the Ace of Cups in his heart space. Okay, so love that you're different, and you do not have to, you do not have to always be however other people want you. This is the queen that can set her own boundaries. who accepts who she is. Also, of course, she's the passionate and creative queen. So, love that you're different. Manifesting dreams, but dreams are coming true. I love it again because it tells me, yes, your dreams are coming true. Manifesting can indicate that it may take a little, it's not manifested yet, but you are doing it. And this, of course, can indicate something like fall. It doesn't have to be that long. Even though I do think fall is realistic, because I said I was looking at like about 6 months. So maybe this fall you will find a harvest. But then again, if you don't like this idea, if it scares you that fall is too far away, means you have not reached this yet, okay? Because as soon as you know it is going to happen, it doesn't matter if it's summer or fall, because you just know it's going to happen in the right timing. And but if you are in a feeling, okay, it happens whenever it's ready to happen, it can actually happen before that, because you raise your frequency with that belief. And when you raise your frequency, you draw your stuff in, right? Links, discernment, look beyond immediate appearances. Okay, I was getting something about how maybe you're not satisfied with your own appearance with these cards. So I think this can indicate that he likes you, loves you. I don't say like. Love, we have the Ace of Cups again. Loves you just the way you are. But also, if he's not reaching out right now, it doesn't mean that he's not interested, okay? It can be a total different situation. He's interested, he's just mirroring you. He's not allowed to come yet. Oh, look, we've got very soon express your love. So for those of you who are going into that inner peace, it can come very soon. For those of you who take a little more time, because I do see stuff coming up, it may be around fall time. But again, those cards very clearly indicate there is true love. He is going to express his love, right? This card is talking about bravery. He's going to be brave. But right now, he's still in this distorted energy. And you don't want him to come with that energy, okay? But I was saying from the beginning, you are on a very good path. Yeah, Divine Feminine. I don't see it right away, nevertheless, because we do have the Hermit here with you, Divine Feminine. And we do have that there's that patience is a key, okay? But you know what? If you sit down on your butt and you meditate and you clear your root chakra, you do that on a regular basis, then why not? Because this is what I was saying earlier when I told my personal story in the intro. I didn't think I would see my masculine till summer, and then in February all of a sudden I was just focusing on myself. I stopped being impatient. I was like, okay, he's not gonna come right now, and I accepted that. And then all of a sudden I just saw, okay, he is in Germany next week, and then I saw him within a week, and then I did not expect it. It just came all of a sudden, just because I stopped waiting. I gave this up. And see, it can manifest that quickly. For me, it was like there. Yeah, I made that decision on just focusing on myself. I would say like in the middle of January. And then in the middle of February, I knew I would see him. It went that fast, right? So it can come very, very fast. So this is all I have for you, group number 1. If you did like it, please like, subscribe, and share. And as I said, there is going to be more readings like this in the future. I'm going to be doing a lot more pick-a-cards and also coaching videos. If you do have a specific topic that you would like to be, coached on, or that you have a question, you can of course always ask. And if I do have some input on that, I'll just maybe just do a video on that as well. And of course I am available for private readings. So, but now we're going to group number 2. This pretty pink stone, but I just need a quick drink. Sorry, I've been talking non-stop for like 49 minutes now. Group number 2. Let's see where you are at. Nope. So, okay. Also, I want to tell you I am available for private readings, and I would appreciate if you would like, subscribe, and share. So, number 2. Okay. Okay. Can you see all the cards? Nope. So, okay. This side to me is the side of the divine feminine, divine masculine, and you know, it has nothing to do with biological gender. You can be a man and be divine feminine and vice versa, and of course it can be a same-sex relationship. Just to make it a little more easy for me, since this is the divine feminine, I will say you or she, and I will say he for this side, of course. Okay. There is a strong connection as well. It's interesting because very often what I know from all the coachings I've done, it's that often once the progress began, that there's like a kind of, how do you call it, like a, I don't know how you call it, kid's toy where you sit on one side and then you're going up and down. It's not like a swing, but it's like one part is up and the other one is down. That happens quite a lot actually. Right now the divine masculine seems at a pretty good place. He does have some fears, yes, but it's a divine feminine where I have more chaos right now. But it's okay, don't worry, it's okay. Looks like a bit like a dark night of the soul, or all shadows coming up, which is absolutely fine. We need those shadow faces, we need them in order to clear our old trauma and stuff. And please, divine feminine, do not oppress it. Just let it happen, okay? Let it happen. What I see right now with you, divine feminine, is that a lot of inner conflict. Maybe something happened in between the two of you that made you hurt and angry and scared and everything at once. Or it has been something from the past that is now coming up, because this cards to me, I always call this the karma clearing card. There's old stuff coming up, oppressed stuff, karma. I don't mean necessarily past lives, I mean stuff that we oppressed and that created an imbalance inside of us. And we do have the Three of Swords, which is heartache. And then we have the moon. To me, the moon is talking about a weakened root chakra, because the root chakra is the chakra that is for faith, trust in the universe, trusting in this connection, for example. And the moon means that there's fear and it's not there right now. So I would advise you to be working on your root chakra, divine feminine. Yeah, definitely. You will find a lot of free chakra meditations here on YouTube. And also, we do have the devil with you. Okay, it's not as bad as it sounds. When I see the devil card, I usually have like those old cartoons in front of my mind where you see like the angel sitting on one shoulder and the devil sitting on the other. And the angel is like, there's a special connection. You feel that. But the devil is like, if he would love you, he would show you. He's not there. Or he's done that and that and that, and I'm so angry at him. But, divine feminine, it doesn't help you to be angry at the masculine, because the masculine is only your mirror. Meaning, if you do have fears of abandonment, your masculine will, of course, withdraw and then your fear will come up. You know, usually in divine counterpart connections, usually twins or divine counterparts, they don't hurt each other. And I'm sticking to that. They usually do not hurt one another. What is painful is that we have our needs, we have our lacks, and we project those onto the other person. It's like, I'm feeling scared and alone, lonely, and now you have to be there for me. I'm sad, so now you have to make me happy. But the other person doesn't have to make you happy. And if you have a fear of abandonment, the other person doesn't have to be there so you don't feel your fear of abandonment. What you trigger, your person does is they withdraw and trigger your fear of abandonment in order to show you that it's there, in order for you to resolve it. So don't be mad at your person triggering you your own problems. It's not your person's job to make you happy. It's your job to make you happy, and then your person can mirror it. Okay, there is love, and there is a hoping for commitments in the divine masculine, because we do have this beautiful card here, and you see it's like a castle, and everything inside of those walls is secure. This card to me talks about security, wanting to build a firm foundation. And also we do have the sun. You know, the sun is the happiest card in the deck. To me, it talks about feelings. And we do have the Nine of Cups. This is the joy card. Also, the future cards are beautiful. I'm going to get to those. Divine Feminine, to be honest, I think the phase you are in right now is something that you can get out of quick if you want to. If you work on it. If you sit in this energy, it's not gonna happen, okay? Soon. It is important for you to face your fears, face your old heartache, and also if there's any like anger issues and impatience. It's important. If you are impatient, you have to know that if your soul wants to learn patience, your soul, your higher self, is keeping the other person away from you until you have learned patience. So it's on you. If you mean like, okay, I'm impatient and I'm mad that that person's not there, and then you say, okay, what can I do to get out of this energy? And you raise your frequency by meditating, by rooting yourself, by grounding yourself, then that person can come quicker. But if you stay in this kind of like anger or like lack mentality, your person is going to mirror your lack, and he will not be able to come in, and he wants to. Right now, okay, I do have the Hermit with him, meaning he has his own enlightenment like phase going on, but he's doing pretty well. The only thing I do have with him is this card is, to me, talks about fear of abandonment as well. It's not as strong as the Moon, but you both have some fear of abandonment. But the masculine usually reacts different than the feminine, because the feminine usually wants to hold on to that person. It's like, I'm so scared to lose you, I want to hold on to you and I'm not letting you go. Whereas the masculine is usually like, oh God, I'm so scared of getting hurt again, I need to take control of that emotion. And then the masculine usually withdraws when they have fear of losing the other person. Okay, it's a paradox. But I see it again and again and again. And as I said in the beginning, I have done way more than 10,000 consultations. And it's a typical pattern for the masculine. If they're scared of rejection, if they're scared of getting hurt, they withdraw. And we just like grab on. There is some epiphanies that you will have, both of you. There is love. You do have the Two of Cups in the future. It's love. And the Ace of Swords is communication. Okay, it's clearance. To me, it's talking about epiphanies, about things that you get clear with. And we do have the Four of Wands, and this is by far my favorite card, because the Four of Wands is the card. I know in this deck, I don't see it right now, but in this deck it's called the Homecoming of Odysseus. And maybe you know the Odyssey, that story. He is apart from his wife for a long time, and this card depicts the moment when he finally comes home, and both had their own like lessons to learn, and after they have both learned their lessons, yeah, he can come home to her. And this is why I love this card so much, because this card is talking about what belongs together will be united. So here it is. Yeah, it's German, but it's Odysseus coming home, and it's also, this basically means the end of a cycle. Okay, you see, union. I love this card, it's my favorite. So you do have the Four of Wands, which can indicate high-level soulmate, of course. All of this basically to me indicates high-level soulmate, because this chaos is something like the usually only a strong connection can give you. Since all of the future cards are very positive, even though I have this withdrawn energy right now, I feel like Divine Feminine, you can get out of this energy quite quick, but you do have to, yeah, you do have to get out of this, okay? Work on it, meditate, relax, do yoga, whatever it is. Ground yourself. These cards to me, again, mean a weakened crown chakra. Also step through the pain. To me, it looks like, it's not a tower, but to me it looks like something that just came up and is very painful. But if you let it sit, if you don't try to oppress it, that's the worst thing you can do. Don't oppress it. Don't do spiritual bypassing. Don't think, oh God, I'm a spiritual, so I cannot feel bad. I always have to feel, I don't know, happy and fart rainbows. That's not what spirituality means, okay? Spirituality means it's okay to have shadow phases. You go through the shadow, and I think you can go there, you can make it quickly, and then your person will come back quickly. So the question is, will your person reach out soon? It's basically a bit up to you, not if you're in this energy, because he will mirror this energy. He is ready. Look, he is the King of Wands, and to me he's like, the king is like, okay, I'm already on my horse, I want to come and get you, I want to come fight for you, I'm ready, got my wand in my hand. It's passionate, but he wants to come and get you, even though he has a little fears, and he has a little stuff. Let's say he's not 100% ready. I have like the image of like a computer when something is loading, right? And it's like 99% ready, because the Hermit again is talking about some inner retreat. But as soon as you get out of this energy, I feel like he can come forward. So we do have those beautiful cards. It's a 50. It's a 5. 5 means change. You were born to create. This can talk about manifestation. Also, I love, can you see, it's like a dragon and a dragon's egg. And there is like light coming out of the egg. It looks like it's about to crack. And don't get me wrong, I feel like you're about to crack. You are in this negative energy right now. And right now it's very important that you take care of yourself, okay? Take care of yourself. If you need a time out, take a time out. It's very important. You need to take care of yourself right now, okay? And I feel like, you know, there's this saying, when we break and we crack, that's how the light gets in. Here the light gets out. And I feel you're like about to burst open. You're in the shadow right now, but I feel like you're about to burst open, and then light will come. Hearing messages from spirits. I am a clear channel for messages from spirit. This means that you are getting messages, maybe signs, synchronicities. Listen to them. Maybe you don't see them right now because you are in this lower frequency, and when we are in a lower frequency, they can't reach us. But you can ask the universe, like, something like, is this really my the guy person I'm supposed to be with? Please show me 3, and then pick something. Pick anything that you don't see all the time. And like one time I wanted to know, is my twin flame really my twin flame? And I asked to see 3 bears, but I said no teddy bears, no cartoons, no child toys. I want to see 3 realistic bears within the next 4 days. And I did. I saw, it was the day that actor Jason Momoa, I believe, fed a bear with a cookie. So I was in line at the German post office, and they have like little screens, and there I saw him feeding that bear. This was bear number 1. I saw the day after I asked. Then I actually watched the pick a card, and that person was using this deck, and the bear came out. And then the next day my mom had asked me to look for specific puzzles, and while I was looking for them, I found lots of puzzles with brown bears on them. So I saw my 3 bears within like 48 hours. Okay, so don't ask for a dog. Dogs are everywhere. Don't ask to see a red car. Red cars are everywhere. Ask for a purple car. You know, there are purple cars, but ask for something that don't cheat yourself, and don't ask for either this or that sign. You ask for one sign, something that is possible to see, but you don't see all the time. Okay, like some people ask for specific birds. I once asked for crows because we do have crows where I live, but you don't see them all the time. So ask for messages. It can be through music or whatever. Okay, sometimes I do have like this huge iTunes list. There's like thousands of songs. Sometimes I close iTunes, and before that I go on that list where all my songs are, and it's on shuffle. And then I open it and say, Spirit, please send me a sign with the next song, and then I just listen to the lyrics. That could be something you can do, of course, if you want a message. Then we got Lizard Dream Time. Pay attention to your dreams and visions. We get messages from Spirit. Of course, this can be in dreams, daydreams, or dreams in general, meditation as well. Okay, so Spirit is trying to show you signs in order to get you out of there. We do have deception. I don't think this person is deceiving you. I think you are deceiving yourself maybe right now with negative thinking. If there has been deception in the past, I don't see any of that right now, because we do have the Sun, we have him wanting to come forward, we have the 9 of Cups, we have what belongs together will be together. So I get the deception energy like more from your side, especially since we do have the Devil here. And the Devil again to me is the cards where your heart and your head have a fight. You know, your feeling is telling you one thing and your ego is telling you another. So I think you may be deceiving yourself right now. And then we do have engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. And again, we do have the 2 of Cups, the Ace of Swords, and the 4 of Wands in the future. And those are amazing future cards. And I don't have like a card before that is talking about, oh, it's gonna take a while. So actually that can come quite fast if you only let it. And what I forgot to do, I wanted to use these cards as well. And for pile 1, they got actually 2. I wanted 1. So we will see what the true love reading cards have to tell you. Nope, just 1. No more than 2. Nope. Nope. Okay. Oh, interesting. So, that's a nice one. Look, we've got the Sacred Woman. I just noticed the dream catcher was like the first thing that caught my eyesight. And we do have the dream time, getting messages. So maybe you can manifest. Then we do have the green heart in her hand. And this talks to me, you know, we have the heartache cards right here. It's the 3 of Swords. And right now your heart is healing. I feel that you're going through some kind of healing process, which does not feel good. But it is going to ascend you, Sacred Woman. And honestly, if you go through that and if you allow it to happen, then you can get your union very soon. Okay, this is the union. You have the 2 of Cups, Ace of Swords, union, okay? It just, like, I see like a dark cave in front of me right now. Actually, yeah, I can show you what I mean. I see like there is light at the end of the tunnel, but right now you have to go through this dark phase. And it's okay, don't oppress it, always allow it to happen. I just want to show you this one card because I do have that image in my head right now. It's a beautiful card. It does contain nudity, just whoever is scared of nudity, please click off now. And of course it's pretty much the last card. No, here it is. Okay. This is talking about these sirens, you know, like those mermaids. And you know those mermaids, they were famous on like pulling people underwater, and he's drowning. And this card to me, 7 of Cups, but it is Yeah, if I try to translate, it would be like spoiled or rotten or something like that. So there is this crisis. I mean, it's obvious, divine feminine, but you see there's light at the end of the tunnel. And I'm feeling like you're here. But as soon as you get there, you get out of it, I think you may have actually manifested your union. This might be really the last step. Okay? So let it happen. Let it happen. I know it hurts. It's okay to hurt. I know it's scary, but that is okay too. Your divine masculine, he loves you, okay? 9 of Cups, Sun. And look at those beautiful, beautiful, beautiful cards. Okay, when I first saw this, I did not expect to see those beautiful cards as the outcome. I thought that there would be more chaos first before there's a nice outcome. But you do have the beautiful outcome. So it's just basically like a couple of steps away. And you just need to step through that shadow, okay? And he will come then. So I hope this resonated. If it did, please comment. I'm very interested in what you have to say to this. And please like, subscribe, and share. And yeah, I will see you soon. Okay, pile number 3. Let's see where you are at. Look, last 1 to 2. Show itself. I like this card. It can talk about, of course, and the Eight of Wands, quick development. Lust can talk about, of course, sexual lust, but it can also talk about, talking about sexual lust, the devil wanted to show up, it just flipped. But it can also talk about lusting for life, lusting for beautiful experiences, lusting for raising your frequency, lusting for, I don't know, meeting your friends for ice cream. You know, everything, basically. Okay, just a second. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 18. Okay. Okay. We've got the 4 of Swords at the bottom of the deck, which is talking about resting and healing. Okay. Okay. So. This is a little mixed, to be honest. What I do sense here is a third-party situation. I hate saying that, but even if your masculine is not yet still in a third-party situation, if he has already left that person, I still see the influence of another woman around. Not a woman he loves, though. Okay, it's not the other woman he loves. It's more, it could actually be his mom. It could be a woman he is still with, or it could be an ex-person. Whatever it is, your masculine has... Oh, by the way, I say feminine is the feminine side, and the masculine side, I say she and he, but of course it can apply to same-sex relationships, and it can be, of course, that the divine feminine is a male person and vice versa, okay? I'm just saying she and he, but please adjust the genders. But the divine masculine has made experiences with women in his life that kind of manipulated him, oppressed him, made him feel not worthy, or, you know, women who are not in their own power yet, you see it a lot, pick a guy and then try to change him, model him into something that they want. Of course, an awakened woman would never do that, because an awakened woman takes only the guy she loves, and she loves him and accepts him the way he is, right? choosing a guy and then trying to change him is kind of petty, in my opinion. And that guy, he has made this kind of experience with women who tried to form him, manipulated him, or like, how do you call it? Giving somebody like a guilty conscience, like if you don't do that, then blah 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 blah. So he is a little scared of something like that happening again. Nevertheless, he loves you because he has the Queen of Cups. And I personally, I am an intuitive reader. I don't go by the books necessarily. I gave my queens different meanings. If I do have the Queen of Cups at the side of the divine masculine, I know that this is talking about the feminine, okay, in this case you. If he would have the Queen of Pentacles, to me that's the other woman he loves. Okay, that to me would say he loves another person as well. There's somebody else. If the Queen of Swords is with him, this can indicate to me that either Queen of Swords is to me emotionally distant, that he does not love that woman anymore, that it's like a relationship that you are in just because you haven't separated yet, because, I don't know, money, children, whatever it is, because you were too lazy to go. Or it is the ex that he does not love anymore, but he is not over the way it ended, for example. You know, there could be some pain involved. And would be the Queen of Swords, like she is right now, Queen of Wands, between you or on his side. To me, that indicates something like mommy issues. Or, as I said, fire to me is like that power, like being overpowered by women, manipulated, etc. Would the Queen of Wands be on the feminine side, it would have a total different meaning for me. Then I would say that she's in her power, that she needs to take care of herself, set her boundaries and stuff. But I do sense, there's like 3 women here. And this is you, okay? So the divine masculine has his divine feminine in his head. Also, he has the Emperor in his heart, which to me speaks about him being serious about this. He is serious about this. Nevertheless, he is a bit overwhelmed with his emotions, because this card to me is talking about being overwhelmed about, it's called like torture. There's too much emotion. I don't know how to handle it. I don't know how to deal with it. And hence I'm trying to oppress it a little. And we do have the Princess of Cups, which talks to me again about there is emotions, but it's the princess, it's not the queen. We do have the queen here. This to me indicates that he is not fully stepping into his emotions. It's there, but he still has some issues fully accepting it. And that is because, I guess, because we do have all those women here. And this is to me like indicate more like a distorted feminine energy, okay? Bad experiences, basically. And as I said, this can actually indicate his mommy. So we do have the moon. The moon is talking about fears. To me, it's talking about fears of commitment, which also to me are nothing else than fear of loss, because many people have fear to commit in order to lose again, because he does have feelings for you. And we do have the Emperor who wants to commit, right? And so he is a bit the Two of Wands to me is very similar energy than the Devil, because the Devil, I always have those images in my head with those cartoons where you have a devil on one side and the angel on the other side. So the divine feminine right now should be in this energy where, not should be, but probably is in this kind of energy where she knows there is something, but her heart is telling her there is something special, but her head is like, nope, if he would love you, he would be treating you this and that, or he would be there, or, right? So there is inner conflict within both. And the Two of Wands, you can see it's like fire energy, and the Two to me indicates there's 2 sides inside of him. There's the side that says yes and the side that says no. But the no side is because of fears. It's not because of lack of love, because feelings are there, right? He still has to heal those issues with these women in his past. He will He will, because again, he is serious. And also the Divine Feminine is stepping into her power. She's not completely there yet. That's why I still have the Three of Swords with her. There is still some old heartache. I would suggest you to heal it. You will find, for example, lots of chakra meditations free on YouTube, and you can do chakra meditations in order to clear your heart chakra, or you can do Ho'oponopono. It's for forgiving, also helps healing stuff. And the devil, to me, as I said before, is like having these two energies. It's about, I feel there is something, but then my mind or maybe people around me are telling me other things. Like you feel there is love, but all your friends are saying, well, if you would love, you would be there, for example. Yeah. And so this indicates that there's this friction in yourself, Divine Feminine. But nevertheless, you've got the Sun. Awesome. Tells me you're on a great path. You've got the Magician. This also tells me that you're manifesting this, you're working on it. For me, the Magician is also about resolving problems. And you have Death, and I love Death, because Death to me talks about things, issues can symbolically die. Yeah, it's, to me, it's a card, it's associated with Scorpio and Pluto, which can talk about transformation and healing. So you are healing some issues right now. It may not be very quick, because we do have the Eight of Pentacles, and there's this tree, and a tree does not grow overnight, but it's rooted. So this, to me, this card is talking about progress. We have the Five of Wands in this deck. It's again different than in other decks. It's about being ambitious. You know, we also get, is this Leo, or yeah, I guess Leo, and Saturn. And Saturn is very ambitious. Okay, it's about being brave. Leo is brave, and it's about facing your stuff. Don't oppress it, but I don't see it. So you will get your union, I think. But we do have this card in the future, which is telling me that there is still stuff that is going to be healed. I always call this the karma clearing card. And to me, karma basically is oppressed feelings. And we do have two Fours. And Fours, to me, do talk about stability, right? But I still see it as a progress. Nevertheless, I do see progress. And I do see, we have another Four here, wanting to commit on both sides. It just, you are still, both of you, you're still in your process right now. So give yourself time, give your person time. And for you, Divine Feminine, root yourself, ground yourself, because the devil, to me, is also meaning that you are not grounded enough. Because if you are grounded, and then your root chakra is strengthened, and it's the first chakra, meaning if the first chakra is strengthened, then all of your chakras are strengthened. Not necessarily if there's like distortion in there, but if you do root yourself and all the other chakras are working okay, then you will receive messages from your higher self, and your higher self will keep telling you, go this way, there is something there. And then you will get more relaxed, because basically he already chose you. Okay, it looks to me like he already chose you, and it's just like feeling overwhelmed a bit, and he has to deal with his emotions. And always remember, Divine Feminine, he is your mirror. If you, and you see it very well, because you have the devil, and I already said that those energies to me are very similar. And if you want him to get more secure, you need to get more secure, but not in just, oh, I know I want him. Of course you know you want him, right? But in secure in, no, I trust it is going to be. I trust in us. I trust in this connection. I trust in divine timing. Another important issue. I trust in divine timing. I trust that we get together when we are ready, not when we want to, because the ego wants to right now, right? But when you're ready. And if you step in this kind of energy, then he will relax as well, because again, he is your mirror. Okay, so let's see what what I wanted to say. For the other piles, I decided to use these cards as well, so you are going to get one of those, but we will see what you have. Honor Gaia. Oh, that's a beautiful card. So maybe you should ground yourself, go to earth. Go to earth. Yes. welcome to Earth. Go to nature, I was going to say. Maybe you should drink more. Maybe you should watch your health a little more. Um, I do notice the dragon around here. You know, dragons to me, and swimming a circle, it's talking about protection. This looks like a phoenix, and we do have death here. And I was talking about Scorpio's death can mean Scorpio, and some people say Scorpio is the lower frequency, because Scorpio is the sign that has most it's like black and white. There's no gray. It's either dark Scorpio or light Scorpio. And so many say that the eagle or the phoenix is the description of the ascended Scorpio person. Okay, so we do have you know, the symbol of the phoenix is like it's getting older, then it burns, and then it's getting reborn, like death. So this is to me showing there is change. It can be a divine connection because we have the sun and the moon, so there's counterparts right there. And you see there's like this third eye. So I'm trying to focus it. Can you see? Yeah, third eye. I notice she's crying, so maybe you have some healing to do. If you want to cry, because we do have the Three of Swords, it's important to cry. Let it out. If you need to talk to somebody, talk. But again, I'm thinking that you are getting visions. Okay, doesn't have to be visions. It can be any form of insight. It can be like just the feeling that something is there. It can be hearing spirits talk to you. It can be a gut feeling, can be anything. Okay, but I think you are being guided. And also the sun and the moon is talking to me about balance yourself. You do have a sun with, look, you've got a sun and he's got a moon. I just noticed this. You've got the sun, he's got the moon. The sun is the happy cards, it's day, and the moon is more like the shadows. Okay, it's the fears, the unknown, because you can't see in the dark. So you are a step ahead and right here, but you know, they're at the same height. So I think this is like talking about getting balanced, or balancing the feminine and the masculine energy. And this also reminds me that if you balance yourself, you do have it does influence your masculine as well. Oh, look, simplifying your life. I cherish the simple pleasures of life. This can actually mean declutter. Decluttering can be literally getting rid of stuff you no longer need, because you know, everything has energy. And if you have like energies in your house, like people gave you something and you don't are no longer in touch with those people, or you bought something that represents your old life, or you just got way too much stuff, sometimes it's good to refresh, because we want to refresh ourselves and we want to declutter our mind and spirit. So sometimes it's important to declutter around you, but again, this can also talk about decluttering your mind, like meditation coming into like balanced energy. Follow your passion. Okay, I like it. So maybe it's time for you to, yeah, we got the achievement card, right? I was talking about achieving with this card. So maybe there is something that you should do. And I was just saying in the other pilot in the beginning, I don't know if you listened to the intro, I was talking about me thinking that I wouldn't see my masculine until summer, and then I decided to absolutely focus on myself. And just a couple of weeks later, all of a sudden, I got the notice that he would be in my home country. He lives like 11 hours flight away on a different continent. I think it's like 11 hours. So he lives far away on a different continent, and not just on a different continent, but the other side of the continent, okay? So the one that's farthest away from, furthest or farthest? Sorry, I'm not English speaking, not native, I don't know. So I learned that he would be in my home country, just like a 4.5 hour train ride. And that's because I focused on myself. All of a sudden I got that message that he would be there, and so I actually got to see him, like totally out of the blue and unexpected. I had like 7, 8, 9 days, I don't know, in advance. I learned that I would get a chance to see him, and before that I thought it would be like end of summer, high summer, that I would see him again. So follow your passion. It can, if you do you, what I was trying to say is you can draw this union in. If you just focus on your person, you can't push it away, okay? So do whatever makes you happy. And oh look, soulmates and religious factors. I read this card differently. Of course, it can indicate that you do have different religions, yeah. But to me, this card basically means religious factors, high-level soulmate, that the divine is interfering. We do have that here already. I mean, I was talking about sun and moon, right? This can be a high-level soulmate, maybe even twin flame. This deck does not have a twin flame card, only a soulmate card. But when I get these together, it doesn't have to, can indicate this. What this is telling me, yes, it's a high-level soulmate, and there is religious factors. I usually read it as spiritual factors, you know, like a soul contract factors. So your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. And I don't usually neglect religious upbringing, but spiritual path. Okay, that's what I focus on. So yeah, but as I said, you do have the true love reading cards as well. Oop, that went fast. The Rainbow Reviver. Okay, maybe it can be a same-sex relationship, of course, with the rainbow, but what I'm seeing also is like all chakras. You know, those are the chakra colors. All chakras are balanced. They're not right now. That's why I do have the double Kyra here, but you are making progress. So what I see here is that you're very aligned on your chakras, that your chakras are connected. Maybe not all of them, but some of them. And also she's like sitting on the swing, which to me indicates like, you know, she's not doing anything. She's not thinking, oh, I have to run after him. She's taking care of herself. She's raising her frequency, really raising her. I mean, she's up in heaven, right? And it's raining flowers. So take care of yourself. And yeah, it just looks to me bright and colorful. And what I see basically is the chakras. So align your chakras, do some chakra work that will do you good. That's the message I got from this card. And yeah, that is you, pile number 3. If you did like it, please let me know. Comment, like, and subscribe. And I'm heading to pile number 4. And there will be more pick a cards. As I was saying in the beginning, I do have other projects right now. But so they won't be as regularly. But I am still going to do those. Oh, did I answer the question? Will he reach out? Yes, he will. But right now you are, because it's very guided, okay? Right now it is just like similar to pile number 2, even though you are way step ahead from pile number 2. I actually don't want to say that. Pile number 2 can also manifest their counterpart quickly, but they had more like a dark night of the soul energy, whereas you are, there are some little issues, but I think you are not far from stepping into your power and hence attracting your person in. Anyway, that was you. And now we are going to step to pile number 4, the nice purple stone. And sorry, I do need to drink some water. I was talking like non-stop for 1.5 hours now. Okay, so let's see where you're at. Is your person going to reach out soon? And where are you at in your relationship? Which one? This one. I thought I miscounted, and I did. So, oh look, you get the 2 of Swords as an overall energy. I like it in this deck because this is German word for peace. It's not indecision as in other decks. Here it's peace, inner peace, mental peace. So, you got the Emperor. Okay. Okay. I think you either know this person for a while. I see you are connected since I do have the Hierophant over here. This is to me talking about being spiritually guided. It is a connection that was not, you didn't meet by coincidence. It was meant to happen. I don't see union quite yet, but I always see a couple of months. Okay, I do see potential of union, however, because you've got the Emperor beside you, and we do have the high priest or Hierophant right here, and this card is to me talking about divine timing, but I do see some issues that need to be resolved first. Divine feminine. This is divine feminine, divine masculine. Has nothing to do with gender. Divine feminine can be a male and vice versa. It can be same sex. I'm not discriminating anyone. It's just I'm going to see she or you and he, because just to make it easier for me, okay? But you can of course switch pronouns. Divine feminine. What I see with you is you are growing. That is what I like. But sometimes you may be too overthinking. Maybe you're still wondering, is this a soulmate or not? What is this? It's, yeah, you want to rationalize or find out things with your mind that you don't know the answers to, or you won't be able to find the answers with your mind. You will find them with your heart, within yourself. And also what I see with you, divine feminine, is that there's some past hurt, some past trauma that has not been resolved yet. We do have this card, Nine of Swords, and in this deck it's called Cruelty, and you see all the blood dripping from here, and this to me indicates that you have not yet completely forgiven a person from your past, and you have not forgiven yourself for something, okay? When I say person from your past, it can be an ex-partner, of course, but it can also be a friend, ex-friend, or a family member. Sometimes it can, to me it talks about endings that really hurt. It can be even that somebody passed away, okay, and a painful ending. You have not completely forgiven the other person, and not completely forgiven yourself. Not forgiving yourself can mean thoughts like, why did I do this for so long? Why did I do that? If I only had acted in a different way, maybe there would have been a different outcome. Why did I let anyone treat me like this? Whatever it is, okay? What I would suggest you to do is, for example, Ho'oponopono. That is a very nice method in order to forgive yourself and others some things. And also I see you like fighting with yourself. I already mentioned that I see you you feel that there's something special. You probably feel that you were meant to meet this person, but you still haven't like found the box where to put it in, I assume. And so I do have like two sides, and one side is saying, yeah, I want to pursue this, and then the other side is maybe like mad or thinking like, nope, I don't want this person anymore. I don't know if I want that at all, and maybe I just want to get out of here. There's some kind of inner conflict. Nevertheless, yeah, you're like, I want this. I'm not sure if I want this. I do, I don't, I do, I don't, I do, I don't. And your person, I see that your person does want you too, because we have all those earth cards, and we do have lust. So this person also feels sexually attracted to you. We have this card. This came out in like 3 piles. Also the Hierophant. Hierophant came out a lot today. And you see that there is a castle, you know, and this card is talking about wanting security. Everything within those walls is secure, and means commitment to me basically. But right now that person is not ready. Maybe that person is trying to push it into a sexual direction. Maybe there's like some friends with benefits thing going on. Because again, your person is mirroring you, okay? Meaning if you have some issues that you have not resolved yet, if you have any fears of getting hurt again, your person will mirror things that open up those wounds. I always say to my clients, a counterpart, a soulmate is not there to put a band-aid on your wound, like here. Yeah, so you don't see it. A soulmate is there to poke into your wounds so that you feel it, and then you notice it, and you heal it, you work through it. That is what they're for. They're not for to just take your pain away. They're there to show you there's pain, and they push you into it so you can resolve it and step out of it, right? Also, what I see is your person is feeling overwhelmed a little with their feelings as well, and he or she is trying to oppress them, but they're there. Also, what I see is that your person needs some time for themselves right now, and yeah, they have a hard time, like, maybe admitting their feelings to themselves, but they're there. So, but I think maybe right now they're pushing it into more like a sexual thing. Nevertheless, we do have these 6 of Pentacles in the future. This card is called Success. We do have the Ace of Swords, which is talking about decisions and epiphanies, but unfortunately also the Devil. And the Devil can talk about sexuality as well, but also about inner conflicts. Devil is very similar to me than to this card, which means in Divine Feminine, if you want your masculine to give you security and he's mirroring you, you will have to find that security within yourself first so that he can mirror your security. If you're insecure, he will mirror you insecurity. Okay, so I do see that there's a little work that needs to be done here, Divine Feminine. For you, it's mainly forgiving and trying to listen more to your heart about what your heart wants to tell you. So do I see potential for union? I absolutely do, because we do have the Emperor in the middle and the 4 of Pentacles, this castle in his mind even. We do have all those Earth cards. I don't want to say it can take a little longer, because I don't believe in timing. I believe in divine timing, and that has nothing to do with specific dates. It has to do with your own energy. And the faster you get out of this energy, of that being hurt energy, or maybe being angry or mad or confused energy, the faster you can draw it in. But if you stay on the path you are in right now, I don't see union within the next couple of months, okay? It is up to you to change that path. I just said Ho'oponopono would be a good method. You choose any other method you want in order to forgive. First find out who is it who hurt you, but have you not forgiven yourself? And then work on that topic. Because as soon as you work through it, your person will mirror it, and then you will draw it in. If you don't, you will push union away, okay? There is potential, however, and it can be quick, because I do have this card with you that I like. This card is talking about bravery. Yeah, Tapferkeit, it's a German word for bravery. So this indicates that you are a person, if you want to resolve an issue, you do have the power to do it. You've got that in you. And also I believe that with the 3 of Wands, that you are a person who can have patience, which I like. For you, it's basically that overthinking and that anxiety, that old wounds, okay? So do your shadow work, and then you can draw it in. Also, make sure that you set your boundaries. If you don't want just a friendship plus situation, make sure to set up your boundaries, because your person wants more, but I feel like your person is like, well, if I can have sex without having to face my inner demons, I don't mean demons literally, but metaphorically, then why should I face my inner demons? Okay, but also what I explained in a different pile is Divine Feminine. If you step into your middle and you mirror each other and you are connected, then you will pull your person into the middle as well. Meaning, if the Divine Feminine is in that pain energy and impatience energy, he is in the distorted feminine energy, he's going to be in the distorted masculine energy, which means basically withdrawing and oppressing stuff. Okay, so if you want him to get out of that energy, you have to step into the middle. You have to take care of yourself, and then you will draw your person into the middle, and your person will have to deal with their own stuff, meaning that then they can come to you. But as long as you stay in a distorted feminine energy, just waiting, and hoping something will happen without solving your issues, without stepping into the middle, your person will stay in a masculine, distorted masculine energy, not being able to come because he's oppressing his stuff. So once you step into the middle, he will have to follow you. Okay, that is why I always tell my clients that how long it takes for union is more in the hand of the feminine than it's in the hand of the masculine. Because again, as long as the feminine is not doing her work, he is oppressing his stuff, and there's stagnation. One has to go ahead, and it's usually the person that suffers more. I'm not saying the masculine doesn't suffer. I think they suffer as well because they don't want to hurt the feminine. They don't want to hurt her, especially if there's love. They don't want to hurt her. But if there's a soul contract and they have to mirror her, they have no choice. Okay, so don't be mad at your masculine. He has no choice. If his soul promised you, I will trigger your fears until you learn to deal with them, he will have to do it again and again and again and again until you learn to deal with it. And then he can stop. Okay? So it's not his fault. It's not anybody's fault. I'm not talking about it's your fault. It's your responsibility to heal your stuff in order for him to come. It's not his responsibility to make you happy or to fill your feelings of lack. You deal with your own feelings of lack or pain, and he will mirror it. If you step into loving yourself, treating yourself good, mind, body, and soul, and I mean it, mind, body, and soul, you can ask yourself, do I love myself? Do I smoke? Do I love my lungs? Lungs are part of your body, right? Do you love your lungs when you're smoking? Do you love your body when you're stuffing unhealthy food into it? Do you love your body when you're not moving it, when you're not going for walks or whatever? Do you love your mind when you go to a job you hate? Do you think that's self-love? Do you love yourself when you always say yes to everybody, and no matter how exhausted you are? Yes, I'll help you. Yes, I'll help you. Yes, I'll help you. I'm not saying become a selfish person. If somebody really needs your help, of course we help. We do that, okay? But if you're not having a good day and you don't have any power left and you need a nap, is it self-love to help somebody with whatever small thing? No, it's not self-love, okay? So how do you want your person to mirror your love when you're treating yourself like crap, when you're treating yourself like, oh, I'm not worth taking a nap, oh no, I always take care of everybody else because I'm not worth treating myself good. And treating yourself good to me can be like, put your cell phone away and meditate instead, take a nice bath, go for a walk. That can be self-worth, right? So try to find, and also letting go of negative feelings. Forgiving is not for the other person. If another person hurt you and you feel in pain and mad every time you think of that person, do you think you're hurting that person? No, that person won't even notice that you're mad at them. When that person is not in the same room with you, the person is, I don't know, maybe they're not even in contact, and you get mad at that person won't notice, but you will feel mad. If that person who hurt you, is that person worth you feeling mad every time you think of them? No. Self-love means, okay, I forgive you. Forgiving does not mean I turn the other cheek. Forgiving does not mean I let you treat me like crap again and again and again. Setting boundaries is self-love as well, okay? But we do forgive because we don't want to carry the burden of hatred. We don't want to carry the burden of feeling shame or anger or pain every time you think of someone. You forgive for yourself. That is self-love. Because you decide, no, I'm not going to take, or I'm not going to carry that negative feeling around, because that is pulling your frequency down. And what happens when you pull your frequency down? You will attract people that match your frequency, that is not high. If you raise your frequency, then either your soulmate, your person, raise their frequency as well, so they match you, or this band will just disconnect, and you will draw in a person that matches you. If you love yourself, you will be happy because you will draw in your person that loves you. But if you have pain, how is that person supposed to mirror you? What's the opposite of pain? Love. It's just not possible. Okay, so it's not that person's responsibility to lose that. It's that person's responsibility to show you, to mirror you, as much as you mirror them. Sorry for that rambling, but that just came out of me. But you are, again, I see you as a person who is willing to do stuff, because you do have the bravery card. This card to me is talking about somebody who can be patient. It's just overthinking a bit too much. And also this card to me is talking about you are divinely guided. You probably have a good intuition if your head does not get in the way. And I see this absolutely has potential to turn out. And if that rambling I did just clicked with you, and you say, oh, you're right, I should learn to forgive, I should work on forgiving. Because again, some people I talk to think, why should I forgive that person? That person is not worth my forgiving. Are you worth forgiving? Or do you think you deserve carrying that anger, that negative energy? For how long do you want to carry it? For how long? It doesn't do you good. It will, drop your frequency. You will not get your happy ending when you are in low frequency. I'm not talking about 24/7. Sometimes, like I was saying in the beginning, I'm not having the best day today. But I'm nobody who stays in mad energy for long. Mad is the wrong word. Drained, sad. Tomorrow is a new day, and tomorrow I'll be fine. Or maybe wait tomorrow. I'm actually feeling better right now. Why not be fine right now? Why wait till tomorrow? Yeah. I don't want to wait till tomorrow to be fine again. So, see, you just decide to feel better, and you feel better. Why carry that shit around, right? So let's see what you've got. And for the others, I chose to use these cards as well, so you will get one of those. But again, if that whatever I just said, look, maybe for some of you it already worked. Isn't that amazing? We did have that card in one of the other piles, one or two, I don't know. You've got inner peace. You are enough. And you should be worth forgiving yourself. Inner peace. If that just clicked with you, that person can come in quick, okay? Because that person will mirror you. That's where you're heading. Inner peace. That's what you deserve. You don't deserve that. You don't deserve that, okay? You don't deserve it. Maybe people hurt you. It's okay, it happens. We don't have always influence on what happens to us, but we have influence on how we deal with it. Okay? Will you let anything from the past break you? Or will you step out of it? You can step out of it. Look, inner peace. That went fast, right? I was just talking about it, and then boom, there it is. We'll take it. I love it. See what else you got. Oh, I like it. I like it. We've got time to reflect. And I was just talking about mirroring. Look what we've got here. Mirroring, right? There is mirroring. Time to reflect. It's a 46, which makes 10, which makes 1. 1 is new beginnings. I think you should pause and just look at this card. I think it's powerful. I mean, if you want to. Yeah. We've got like the third eye, like the moons. I was talking about your intuition. And again, your person is mirroring you. You can decide to step out of that. Do your work, do your Ho'oponopono, do your meditation on forgiving, write letters to people who hurt you and just burn them. Don't curse at them in letters. If you curse at people and burn them, that's like black magic. We don't do that, okay? because we do want to get clear shit. We don't want to create new shit, okay? No, to using bad words. I know I just used bad words, but I didn't use them like saying it to a specific person. Yeah, so then we've got standing firm. I'm noble, brave, and strong. I already know that because you do have the Seven of Wands, which is in this card being brave. So we do have you being brave. You are standing firm, okay? And look, you can conquer this mountain, and there's like the sun, it's bright. Empathy. Speak less and listen more. That reminds me of time to reflect. Okay, so listen more also to yourself, what your own gut feeling tells you about yourself. Look. Oh, there are true feelings, romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. And we've got wedding. Wedding doesn't have to mean that you're going to marry. If you're not dating this person yet, it's not going to be a wedding right away. It's like going to a higher level, and it's basically commitment, okay? So that is what I was saying from the beginning, because the Emperor can talk about like commitment wedding as well. It can lead there. I was saying in the beginning, I don't see it right away, but it just can click. You just get there. Yeah, again, I was telling you like in the intro, I reached that space. I stopped waiting for masculine, and then within a couple of weeks there was this window, this opportunity to see him opening that I did not see coming. I just saw on the clock 1:55:55, 4 fives in a row. 5 stand for change, okay? You can't change like this, you can't click like this, and then you draw it in. So never mind what I said earlier, yeah, I don't see it yet. For some of you, I don't see it yet, because we do have the devil as the last card, right? This is like 6 months, and devil as the last card tells me there's still conflict. But again, if you get here, why not manifest it tomorrow? Okay, tomorrow is maybe a bit too quick, but you get what I mean. You can have it way faster if you realize you deserve inner peace. And who's going to give you inner peace? Nobody else but you. Your job to get to inner peace. Your person will mirror that, okay? We do have the mirroring here. That was an interesting pile number 4. I liked it. If you liked it, please let me know. Please comment, like, subscribe, and share. And yeah, look, awesome cards. I love it. So have a nice day. Bye.